Welcome back to our Issues Milwaukee. I'm your host, Andrea Williams. If you are just tuning in, we're on site at Wisconsin State Fair Park in West Dallas as we get ready to celebrate the 170th Wisconsin State Fair presented by U.S. Cellular. The first Wisconsin State Fair was held in 1851 in Janesville, Wisconsin, on the banks of the Rock River, and that rich tradition continues right here at State Fair Park. And this is, of course, where you can do a lot of shopping and a lot of eating. And I think it's safe to say that the State Fair just wouldn't be the same without those things. I am being joined by Sheri Black, the Chief Programs Officer for the Wisconsin State Fair. How are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing very well. And I thank you so much for joining us just to get everybody at home ready for the fair that's coming up in a matter of days. So, first and foremost, I think we should make everybody hungry at this early hour and talk about the food. There is that world famous cream puff that we'll talk about first. And really, when you think about the fair, there's no way you can't think about getting yourself a cream puff, right?
No, and that's what's so great about Wisconsin State Fair and all fairs. Everybody comes to eat their way through, and you can kind of mosey along and sample different things. And so we're really excited. We have 70 new food items this year, which is fantastic.
That's amazing. It always amazes me because, you know, every year you hear you guys say, oh, we have this many new foods, and you're like, how do they come up with these foods? But it's really something to look forward to. So we'll talk about some of those new foods, but I love the fact that the cream puff has been around since 1924, I think, and even the pandemic couldn't cancel the cream puff, right?
It could not. We had to make sure we had it available to all of our loyal fairgoers because everyone loves cream puff.
Yeah.
And put a twist on it this year because we did our pumpkin spice, we did cocoa
and strawberry.
And strawberry, yes. So we had a lot of fun with that and a very good response as well.
I tried them all. It was so good. So let's talk about these foods, the new foods that people can look forward to.
So I have to say the one that I am most looking forward to is the Paradise Po' Boy, which is at Tropics. It's one of our Sporkies finalists. It's coconut shrimp on a bun that's been browned with like a key lime tartar sauce over the top. Yeah, so I think that's
heard of such a key lime tartar sauce.
Yes, so I'm excited about that.
Oh yeah. So with the Sporkies, that is a competition. So have you had a chance to kind of taste test some of these?
I have not taste tested them yet, but I definitely looked at everything as they came in, all the recipes. It's very exciting. Yeah. Another one I'm excited about is, I mean, what does Wisconsin iconic, of course, is a fish fry, and Water Street Brewery wrapped it all in one, so it's all fried together, and you can easily eat that as you're walking around the fair.
Wow,
yeah.
That is pretty interesting. So let me throw these things your way and get your thoughts. Deep fried pink squirrel, and I should make it clear that's not an animal, it's actually a drink, right?
Correct, yes. And of course you need to stay hydrated, so it's important that you have that as well.
Okay, there's this interesting concoction. I want to say it's a cinnamon roll and bacon cheese curds. What the heck?
I know, but that's all those great things. You get that sweet, salty, everything is so savory. Yeah, it's perfect.
I'm like, who sits down and thinks of these things?
Know.
And it's really interesting because they're a hit.
And they're always so creative.
Yes.
They have so much fun coming up with them.
Barbecue stuffed sweet potato.
Yes. Well, you know, you want to be healthy, so you got to throw a sweet potato in there. Lots of really good carbs for those that are, you know, working out a lot.
Yeah, but it's the stuff that's stuffed in that sweet potato. So
yeah, you know, you got to add a little flavor.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
So that's something people should keep in mind. And then this one, I'm not sure if I want you to elaborate, but the creepy crawly cupcake. What's that all about?
That one I'm not so sure.
Oh, you don't know it. Okay,
yeah.
we won't even look for it when we come down here. But I think I read a little bit, and it really is like some sort of bugs. And I want to say, I don't know. I don't want to say it as something, and then people say, you can't eat that. So I want to say it's like a scorpion or something. I'm going to ask. Yes.
Yeah. The one that has a scorpion. Yeah.
Yeah. So That's
They're
all
little
people need
scorpions,
to
though.
know. That's all they have to say, and people will know
Yes.
which direction to point them. So those are just interesting things. But it's worth mentioning that the foods down here also remember, the vendors, I should say, remember those people who eat gluten-free.
Correct, and we have some great options for them if they want to come for that. That's Annie's Wagon. There are 3 different options that you can choose from, and those are all listed on our website.
Yeah, so there's cheese curds to the funnel cakes. They have some options for you. Now let's talk about all-time favorites. Do you have an all-time favorite when it comes to food?
I do, and it's kind of not super exciting, but I just always have to have the fried vegetables. I mean, that's such
They're
a
good,
state fair
though.
staple.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're getting the health of your vegetables and you're getting that deep fried goodness. But
Yes.
yes, that's always my same thing that I have every year. And of course, the cream puff. You always have to have a cream puff.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, you really didn't come if you don't have a cream puff. I'm just saying.
But you also have to get your Cedar Crest ice cream too in the Products Pavilion.
Yes, it's all
Yeah.
about the Dairyland products.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to mention the Glazy Boy. So that's the burger between 2 glazed donuts, pickled jalapeno, smoked pork, fontina cheese, and raspberry mustard. My goodness.
Yes, and that's at the Miller Lite Grill.
as creative as
Yes.
it gets. So, moving on from the food, we of course have to talk about Spin City because that's something the entire family can enjoy. So, fill us in on what we need to know.
Sure, we have just over 40 rides to offer. So I believe there's 20 in the kiddie side and 22 on the adult side, but you can intermingle too if you're that between age. It's not technically adult side, that's just what we call it.
Oh, okay.
For the bigger rides. And then we also have almost 30 games as well. So you can come out. Everything is available online if you want to purchase ahead. That'll just keep you from waiting in line too long. But we do have a Go Ride wristband that's $42. You can purchase various levels of credits. We have a new system this year that will make it very seamless. You can get your Go Ride wristband, and that is scanned then at every ride that you want to go on. And the credits, it works just like a credit card. So you purchase those credits, and that's all listed on our website for those various levels. And you then can just use your card and go around, and you don't have to pull out tickets. You don't have to worry about counting out tickets. They scan, and you're on your way.
It's very convenient. Somebody thought that all the way through, and that is a good thing to keep in mind. When we talk about the fair, of course, there's the food, but you can't pass up the concept of agriculture. That's what it's really all about. So if you would talk a little bit about that.
Sure. Of course, all of our barns are open and we have animals coming. We're very excited. Our numbers for exhibitors and entries are actually mirroring similar to 2019.
That's awesome.
So our barns will be full and you can come out and see those animals that you wouldn't normally get to see up close and personal. One of the events that we're really excited about is our All for One show, and that's where children with disabilities have an opportunity to come and show a goat. They would sign up online. All the information is on our website. And they work with a mentor who is one of our exhibitors, and they kind of teach them all about the goats, and then they get to actually go show in the ring, and that's at 7 o'clock on Saturday, August 7th.
That is pretty special. And you also have something special called the Islands of Brilliance, where you're really looking at those who are on the autistic spectrum, and they have artwork that people can come through and take a look at.
Correct, and they can showcase all their talents as well. And that's down in our the Expo Center is where we have our youth art exhibit.
I love that. So there, of course, will be about 7,000 animals that are part of the agriculture competitions and over 3,000 participants. So when you talk about people who are competing, what are some of the competitions per se when you have these animals that are brought in from all over the state of Wisconsin?
So they're really going for best in show. They're divided into, of course, species, but then it's also the different breeds will show against each other, and everybody is looking for that blue ribbon and chasing that grand champion ribbon as well. So it's exciting.
And a lot of young people get involved in this, like a lot of teenagers, preteens work really hard with these animals all year long to bring them to the fair.
They do. So they actually will show at their county fair, and then they bring their animals here and get to kind of up their game a little bit with the competition because now they're competing with people throughout the state. So it's really exciting. And they have so much fun. I showed here when I was in my teens as well and made lifelong friends that I still am in contact with. And you just have a whole experience that is like no other because you get to be here too after hours when the fair closes because you're getting your animals ready and it's a lot of fun.
Wow, sounds like a movie scene.
And you're also learning a lot as well too.
Yeah.
Great experience.
So with the thing, I said a movie scene, like I imagine the animals start talking to each other.
No, that does not happen.
So let's get into the entertainment. First and foremost, you have a lot of free entertainment that you're offering to families who come out. So if you could kind of fill us in on that.
Sure. We have our Bank Mutual. We have our amphitheater, which is sponsored by Bank 59. That's all free entertainment. We have kids from Wisconsin, the Cleverleys. Everything is listed on our website as well for that stage. But that's always just a great way to be able to see different things. We also have the Badgerette pom-pom competition that's going on there as well, not something that you would normally see. And then our main stage, of course, those are the big acts, Skillet. We also have Brothers Osborne, Fluffy, Gabriel Iglesias, who is a comedian, very entertaining, Foreigner. There's numerous. We try and make sure we have a genre to fit everybody's taste.
You always do a great job of really just making sure there's something for everyone, from the rides all the way to the entertainment. So what I'd like to focus on is that main stage because, of course, I am looking forward to seeing Boyz II Men and Genuine.
Yes.
That is going to be taking place on Friday, August 13th, but there are a long list of familiar names that are going to be here this year. Some of these acts were scheduled for 2020,
Correct.
so those people who were like, oh man, they actually get to come this year and see those acts. So a couple that come to mind: California surf rock legends, the Beach Boys.
I was just gonna say that have played here before. They've played a few times over the years, so it's fun. Hank Williams Jr., another one that's iconic. So we have some great names coming this year.
I love it. So the other thing I wanted to ask you about, just in general, what's your favorite thing to do here? Because just like I was talking to Kathleen last segment, you know, you're always kind of working, but at the same time, there's going to be that day or night that you're off and you say, this is what I'm going to do on my time. What do you like to do?
We get a day or night off.
You're like, I didn't get that.
No, I didn't. But really, even though we're working, we can still, it's fun just to watch people have fun.
Yeah.
Because you work all year. Technically, we work even longer than that because you're usually planning a year and a half out.
Yeah.
So just to see all that, but I do love watching the horse pulls. That's not something that you would normally see. Agriculture, of course, is my favorite because it's near and dear to my heart. The Sea Lion Splash is fun. Discovery Barnyard, that might be my favorite. My kids, that is definitely their favorite. They always have to come hold the little baby ducks and baby chicks.
Yeah.
And then you watch, there's usually a sow in there that just had little piglets. So it's just a great experience because everybody, all ages, enjoy that. But of course, the giant wheel, Wonder Fair wheel, have to take a ride on that.
I don't know why that's always so doggone scary to me. Like when you get to the top and it just stops, I'm like, forget about it.
And I have to tell you, I am terrified of heights. My children make fun of me.
But it doesn't bother you.
No, but for some reason you feel very comfortable. I think it's because you're kind of enclosed.
Yeah.
But it's only $6. That's such a great deal.
Yeah. This is definitely the place to be when it comes to making family memories. And, you know, I don't want to forget, there's plenty of shopping for those people out there who are like you and I, who will shop anywhere.
Yes. And it's not only inside at the expo, but we have shopping outside. We have our Marketplace Galleria, the Mile Galleria. The Mile Marketplace as well. So there's plenty of shopping that you can do all around.
Well, those are all things to keep in mind, and it's just fun talking about the things, so I'm sure it's a whole nother thing to actually experience the things that we've talked about. So they can always go to your website for information on anything we've talked about, right?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Thank you so much for stopping by,
thank
Sheri.
you.
Always fun. Sheri Black serves as the Chief Programs Officer for the Wisconsin State Fair, presented by U.S. Cellular. It's taking place August 5th through the 15th. You can enjoy dozens of free entertainment stages, exciting rides and games in Spin City. There are thousands of animals and endless fun. Again, you can go to their website at wistatefair.com, and don't forget you can also follow them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. That's going to do it for today's show. I'm your host, Andrea Williams. As always, I thank you for watching, and I do hope you join us again next week as we take another look at our Issues Milwaukee. Have a great day.